Do you ever wonder who is a top trophy hunter in the world? And if anybody could topple them, if anyone has a chance of actually catching up to them? Well, I thought it'd be a great idea to take a little bit of a look at the leaderboards, have a little bit of a checkup, dial in with the top trophy hunters and see what they've actually been up to, what games they've been playing, how many plats they've got, because I imagine they've got quite a few at this point, you know, more than I've got, that's for certain. So we're going to see what it takes to be #1 trophy hunter in the world. Alright, so to do this we're going to be using PSN Profiles, which is probably the most popular trophy hunting website. And here is, you know, a good old Plat Bros account. And we're going to head to the leaderboard and we're going to take a look-see at the top couple trophy hunters. See what it's about. Oh, wow, 10,000 platinum trophies. Oh lord, that's quite a feat. So right now, as of July the 3rd, 2024, David123, very original name, from Canada is the #1 ranked trophy hunter.
Oh, good. Why, that's very good.
This leaderboard is not what I remember it being. Last time I looked at this, admittedly a while ago, it was this bloke down here. Where is he? I've just seen his name. This guy was #1 for a long time. Is Akoum kicking about anywhere? Huh? Akoum is 28th in the world now.
Oh, no. No.
He's not going as strong as you'd think. He's still got a few plats kicking about, but he hasn't seemed to have done any really fast ones. No, he hasn't. He must have thought he's going to just focus on smashing out some genuine games. I mean, Platinum in The Last of Us Remastered Part 2 in 24 minutes is a little bit odd. Can you actually auto-pop that, or is that just cheated? What's the fastest time? The fastest time is 7 hours. Heh? So the fastest time is 7 hours, yet he's done it in 24 minutes. Well, I wasn't expecting to see this in this video, but I don't know if you can auto-pop it. I'm gonna have to find this out now. God. Judging by the old interweb, apparently you can actually auto-pop it, so maybe he hasn't cheated, he's just done some auto-pop. Fair play, fair play, fair play. But anyway, alright, so these are the top 3 trophy hunters. We've got King, Fortuna 2, Karak, and David. And they've all got over 10,000 platinum trophies. That's pretty cray-cray. That's pretty cray-cray, definitely. Let's have a look at King Fortuna 2's. Alright, this kid's rocking a very high completion percentage. Very high completion percentage. Insane, actually. So go to his stat. Oh my. I need to be verified, apparently, that I'm human. So this little thing here you see, this is a breakdown of the rarity of all the trophies he's ever earned combined. So you can see that he's actually only earned 168 ultra rare trophies, but he's earned 235,000 common trophies, which means they are all pretty, probably very, very, very easy. I mean, I didn't know you could even get 10,000 platinums. I must be out of the loop. Anyways, we're seeing some games. Supermarket Simulator Manager, 1 minute to platinum. These ones are Runner is 3 minutes. Paku, 6 minutes. I mean, it's all the same. So like, obviously these trophy hunters stack the games. So, you know, you buy it on PlayStation 4 in the EU store, and there's a PS4 and a PS5 stack. Same price, £4, £5, $5. You get the 2 plats. You then go into the North American store and you do the same. So that's why we're seeing Runner. We're seeing the Japanese stacks here. So he's went to levels there. He went onto a Japanese account. He's got a Japanese account, North American account. I mean, this is very common for people in the extreme levels of trophy hunting to do this. I've got a North American account, so when I was like stacking quick games back in the day, I used to do that as well. I mean, this one's a 2-second platinum. The developers have thought of it next level. They thought, you know, we're going to make an 8-minute platinum trophy, but what we're going to do is we're going to make it really, really quick, but we'll make it so you can actually auto-pop the PS5 version as well, so you don't have to waste your time. It's interesting, that. It's definitely interesting. I mean, yeah, this must be a new theme here, because 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 5 seconds for Glowface. I mean, sure, that's a great game. 45 seconds, 56 seconds for Goblins. Today's the 3rd, so today he's platinumed 1 game. I always wonder how these accounts actually start out though, right? But you can't actually see from first completed, can you? No, you can't. I mean, look at them stacks. Oh, mama. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 stacks. When you put it in alphabetical order, you can just see all the stacks here. I'm not loading another 10,000 games, I don't think. I think I'll just leave it there for this one. Why are you verifying me? Why are you verifying me? I'm trying to make a video, goddammit. I mean, to be fair, he's got the platinum trophy in... Is this one of the... Is this Descendants or is this Trials? Descenders, yeah. I mean, that's a pretty impressive plat to have. Alongside plats for PUBG, a Naruto game, Fall Guys. I mean, there was a time when you could actually exploit that. There was like this 2-month period where you could get the platinum really easily. So, I mean, these guys got some decent ones. Space Overlord, now, I remember Zegzel making a video on this and telling me about this. It's actually really easy platinum. It's like 30 hours, 40 hours, but just endless grind, and no one wants to do it. That's the thing about ultra rare trophies, right? Like, there was a time when I thought they were really impressive, and they can be, but it depends on the context of the game. If the platinum for a game is ultra rare because you've just got to do 50 hours of something really mundane and boring and grind something out, well, that's not actually impressive at all, is it? That you've just grinded something out meaninglessly. I suppose it's when the skills involved is what makes it more impressive, right? But, okay, right. That's enough. King Fortuna from South America, number 3 in the world to reach 10,000 plats. Very cool. Alright, Karak. Oh, Kara Thriok. Whatevs. French. Oui. Poopy Time. Now that is just a hilarious name for a game. There's just no debate there. That's just, that's tickled me. That's tickled me right in my guts. So he's got 814 ultra rare trophies, so considerably more. Almost like 6 times as many ultra rares as number 3, which means this person probably, well, I don't want to assume, because the rarest is SingStar, so, you know, is that hard? It means you have to have the vocalists of a top tier X Factor contender, Americans Got Talent, Pop Idol, to get the Platinum Trophy. I doubt it. Probably just some stupid online trophies or something. We are seeing more of the same. We are seeing more of the same here. Skydunk. It's all just a lot of games that can be done in 10 minutes. This is not as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Now, before I go on to David 1, 2, 3, I want to say something about these lists, because there's been times where I've went through a phase. I went through a probably 6 to 9 month phase back in 2018-19 where I smashed a lot of these type of games, and I found it really addictive. And I've got quite a compulsive, obsessive personality. I've I have to watch myself. That's why I don't gamble or anything like that, because I really succumb to addictive tendencies. I've played these games and they all aren't great, but obviously earning the platinum trophies can be quite rewarding, especially the first 100 you do or something. If you can earn 100 platinum trophies in, well, back then it was probably in 10 days, but now it's probably in 5 days. You do get a sense of achievement. I think it does sort of become diminishing returns and the trophies become less meaningful as you keep popping them, but 10,000 platinum trophies, I think people are really quick to say this is a waste of time, why the bother, and blah blah blah. I totally get that, but I also think that it's really impressive as well, because fair enough, right, there's maybe not a lot of skill involved in the actual games, but there's a massive time commitment here, and these people have probably been doing these for 3-4 years, like committing a lot of time because they want to be number 1, and I think it's unfair and it's just harsh to dismiss all of that hard work. They clearly care about this and are working towards something tangible, which is the leaderboard. So I don't think we should be just abolishing this and looking down at it. I think the developers are a different story altogether, because they have created these platinum trophies which can be done in 2 minutes just as a cash grab to actually take advantage of a small community of gamers. So they are the real problem. I don't think these people are the problem. With that being said, let's have a look at the number 1 ranked trophy hunter in the world as of the 3rd of July 2024. Alright, David 123, and his bio says Cook of Trophies. I mean, King of Trophies. Well, I feel like when you have a world rank of 1 and a country rank of 1, you can say King of Trophies. I think that's actually pretty fair. I don't know why this trophy... Oh, Magnus, I am King of the World is in his trophy cabinet. He does have 2,333 ultra rare trophies, which is pretty impressive, and you can see there that he's platinumed MLB The Show and Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. He's done it twice. Those are quite impressive platinums. Injustice is a difficult game. It's no small task. He's clearly got some skill as well. He's clearly a good gamer. Like 2,300 ultra rares is pretty crazy. I do think that if you were to look for ultra rare trophies, you could probably pick up probably 1,000 in a year if you just went for them. That's all you went for. But nonetheless, I'm still impressed with that. Giving him his credit. Now, I think people don't realize the work that goes into just sourcing these games. Firstly, the financial side of it, where you have to literally spend probably $200 to $300 pounds a month on these games. It's quite an investment over time. But also, you've got to like find them, you've got to search them, you've got to be the first to play them. And if there's no guides, even games that are 20 minutes with a guide can be an hour to 2 hours in the first couple of days, and you need to get to them quite quickly. So you're kind of in the situation where you have to either know somebody who has made the game, you have to source it yourself and try and do it yourself. So that is still a task. So I don't want to discredit them in that way either. So Enemy Beyond Lines 2, that sounds like a real game. That actually sounds like a real game. I've actually seen that on sale. I was thinking about buying it, and the reviews were like, don't buy this game, I'm sure. But Davey boy, he's only got one. He hasn't even got a platinum today. King of Plats, King of Trophies hasn't had a platinum in 2 days. Crikey. So there's actually a lot more real games here. Well, I'll say that. But we're going to see the same things, but actually there's no 5-second ones yet. There isn't. And then, of course, there's these Japanese games, which you either have to have a guide for and follow, or you have to be able to speak fluent Japanese. So, you know, either or. It could be impressive either way. Some of these games are games I don't want to play. I don't want to play. I do think indie games are where the talent is these days and where the creativity and the innovation is these days. There's like a level of indie. There's like AAA, where like, you know, you're making Ubisoft. Then you've got like the AA titles that make like games like Helldivers. Then you kind of got the indie space who are making smaller games, but are still like, you know, a team of 3 or 4 and they're taking, you know, 6 months to 4 years to make. Or it's one person make a game over a couple of years. Then you have like this, which isn't indie. It's like just absolute, well, garbage. It's like less than mobile games, essentially. I don't know any of these personally, so I'm not talking to any of these games right now. I'm just saying generally as my experience, especially those stroke games. Remember those? It is like scraping the bottom barrel for most of these games, but that's not to say some of them won't be good. But as I'm scrolling through, I don't really feel like speaking much to any of these. You got Football Strikers in 4 seconds. That's clearly, is that FIFA's new game, or? I'm actually curious by that, like what actually is that? Alright, there's a lot of games that like I just haven't got a clue what any of these are. So, yeah, I know Donut Break, these are the ones that are like quite notorious for being just absolute cash grabs. But you can see like the amount of games you've got to play. So like the 12th of June, right? Good old Dave, Big Dave, got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I've lost count, damn it. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You got 15 platinums in 1 day. In 1 day. I think I've earned this year about 12 platinums. I think he earned about the same or more platinums in this day than I've earned in the first 6-7 months of the year, which is crazy. It's definitely feasible because these games are so fast to do. This is what it takes to be a top trophy hunter in the world. And on top of that, I think you've got to bear in mind that these games have either been purchased or gifted. Maybe they're getting gifted. Some of them probably are. There's small websites that give you these codes and you only have to have like 200 subscribers. And also when you're in the top 1 to 10, people want to give you these games because it does give you a little bit of a platform. People seeing them on your account, because how many views does he have on his account? He's #1 in the world and he's got 113,000 views. I mean, that's not that much, is it? I mean, I've almost got the same amount of views on my account than big old #1 Dave does. So maybe if you're thinking about becoming famous for platinum in games, just beating the games, I can't see it being on the cards. I mean, I know Hakum does have a lot more, but that's because he's been in the Guinness World Records. He's been around. He was around when there wasn't that many platinums. You know, when he was the top, he probably had like 1,000 platinums. But there was none of these type of games. That was back in the PS3, early PS4 generation when the fastest games were like 2 hours, whereas things are a lot different now. But he is rocking a solid 52 trophies a day though, which is something disturbing. There's a lot of commitment that has gone into this. Like, you've really got to be on it, and it's a long time, it's a long commitment, and you clearly need a lot of financial aid, financial support to do this. Let's assume every 2 platinums is worth $5, because when you buy the game you get the PS4 and PS5 stack. Back in the day you used to get PS3 and PS4, something is PS Vita. So I think if we average this at the cost of being £2.50 a platinum, £5 for 2, it's probably cost them, well, 5,000, about 25 grand. About 25 grand's worth of money. That's actually insane, to be fair. That's a lot of money. But, you know, each to their own. I'm not here to criticize that, but I'm here to say that just, if you actually, I don't think it's possible for anybody to catch these people anymore. I really don't think it's possible, because the only thing that benefits you is the fact that you can look at these guys' lists and get ideas of really fast games, but the reality is you're 10,000 platinums behind. And even if you didn't sleep, if you did like 15 hours a day and you were able to get, I don't know, 20 platinums a day, 600 a month, you know, within 2 years you could have maybe 13,000 platinums. But you got to remember that these guys are also getting probably about 800 to 1,000 platinums a year anyway. So it would take you like, probably, I reckon now, I don't think on the PS5 generation you could actually catch these people up anymore. Maybe when the PS6 comes out, I do think that potentially when the PlayStation 6 gets redone, they should just restart this all, to be honest. I think generationally, the leaderboard should be restarted. I mean, you can filter through generations. So leaderboards. For PS3, Hakuma is actually number 2 with 600, and Ruthless King YT is number 1. Vita, Hakuma's not on here, down here anyway. He's like 17th. So there's David's, to be fair, he is got 906 Vita Platinums. Did you know there was that many Vita Platinums? Because I definitely did not. VR, Shima Busters has 277 VR Platinum trophies. And he's only got 600 Platinums, to be fair. So he's doing a lot of quick ones, but clearly not that bothered. If you go to PlayStation 4, David again is number 1. Hakum is nowhere to be seen, is he? No. 5,920 PS4 Platinums. That'll be close to the limit of what there is, to be fair. Well, no, because there'll be thousands of AAA games, but that's probably close to what you can probably achieve. And then PS5, there's already 3,500 Platinums on PS5. That's insane. And David's actually 100 behind. Pelziowo is number 1 with PS5, representing the UK. He's 56th in the world, to be fair. So if you have 2,000 Platinums, you're 56th in the world. So if we actually break down this leaderboard, so yeah, there's 6 people with over 10,000 Platinum trophies. But then the jump from 6th to 7th is actually monstrous. It's 1,600 Platinums. And I know this guy was definitely top a couple of years ago for a long time. It was like him and Hakum battling it out. So there's a massive jump. I mean, to be fair, actually looking at this now, the ones underneath actually, 700 Platinums actually. He's just done well because he's just played a lot of games. But there's only 6 people with 10,000 Platinums. Then still a big jump. And then there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people with 9,000. A couple with 8,000. Then it's like 7,000. So to be in the top 50 in the world, you have to have 6,800 Platinum trophies, which is just absolutely mental. I am curious now what the UK looks like. Dynaraw going strong. I used to speak to him a lot actually when I was a lot smaller, when I had a smaller YouTube channel. He's the one who showed me where to get game codes. So shout out to him. Good to see he's still going strong. The UK is representing, to be fair. Tim Pura is number 12 in the world. Hell yeah. Representing the UK. Yeah, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Good old British cups of tea. That's what's fueling him. That's what's fueling him. It's crazy to think you can have over 5,000 Platinum trophies and not be in the top 100 in the world. That is crazy. So yeah, this is changed a lot since I last looked at it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not as active on PSNP anymore. I haven't earned a Platinum trophy in a good while. Well, for me, probably like a month or 2, maybe coming on 2 months now. But this is not what I thought it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be that many Platinums you could actually get. I thought there would have been maybe 7,000, 8,000, but it just shows that there's still so many garbage games coming out. I want to say around early last year or late 2022, there was this whole thing of like quality checking games. Sony said they were going to quality check all the games that came out onto PSN. They were going to make sure they were actually had more substance, and the reality is that is just not the case at all. There's clearly still just loads and loads of ass games coming out, and you can see if we go to new trophy lists, so these are games that have come out as of these are the most recent trophy lists that have been added to this website, which obviously correlates with the games being released. And you can still see like there's just no one's played half these games. I don't want to talk bad about any of these games because these could be full of hard-working developers who've spent the hard-earned time. They could pour their heart and souls into some of these games. But just to show the amount of games that are actually coming out is pretty crazy. There's so many games coming out, but it just does make you wonder, like, this game is only, this one, Faces of Illusion, it's only got 19 people played it, right? Only 19 people played it, but it's got a 94% completion rate. 18 of the 19 people who've played it have the Platinum trophy, and they earned it in an hour. And David's not on there. Big Dave's not on there. Not yet, anyway. I'm sure he will be soon. Yeah, it's the current state. Like, there's definitely this problem with not checking the quality of that Platinum trophy, and Sony basically allowing it to completely be devalued by these developers, which is not a good thing at all. And then I just don't think they care enough about it, and then I think the big companies are too busy trying to add fluff to their games, which is then tying to the Platinum trophies and making big budget games excessively long and grindy. So you have these really long games which aren't providing any quality. There's so many games where you can beat everything in the game in about 30 to 40 hours, but then you spend 70 to 80 hours going for the Platinum trophy. Now, I've had a few people tell me about the new Star Wars, not Fallen Order, can't remember its name right now, but I played Fallen Order back in the day, and I know exactly how bad the collectibles were for that game. And you spent 30 hours beating the game, and you spent 20 hours just doing everything else, and it was just unfulfilling and unrewarding. So you have like two spectrums. You have the companies at the top who are just using the platinum trophy as a way to extend the playtime, waste your time essentially. And then you have the people on the other side who are making incredibly short games to take advantage of people who want to get platinum trophies. And it's clearly not happening in small doses because people have 10,000 platinum trophies now. So it's not a case of one or two companies doing this. There's probably 10 or 20 or 30 of them doing it now, maybe more, because they can see it's a quick cash grab, right? You make a little indie game and no one would probably buy it without marketing it. That's kind of how the world works. But if you slap an easy platinum trophy on, then someone will play it. But I still can't see it being worth it. I mean, I've been speaking like this, and the only thing I've noticed is that Daxter came out on PS4. Holy crap. I'm getting sidetracked. I don't want this to be any sort of situation where we can all just sit there and go, they are wasting their time, blah, 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 because I think, firstly, if you enjoy doing it, then who's to tell you that what you're doing is wrong and unfulfilling, firstly. And secondly, I think the commitment is really impressive, right? There's people out there who just play maybe open world games and never play any difficult games. They play like 3 or 4 out of 10s, maybe a 5 out of 10 every now and then. But then they look down at people like this and they say, well, I've got 100 platinums, but all of them have been easy, just time consuming. Like, it's like, well, you can't really then look down at someone else for spending the same amount of time just doing easy platinums, like each to their own, but at least they've got something to work towards, right? Like, I think it's I wouldn't want to do it personally. I don't think it's probably worth it for me because I just couldn't see myself wanting to do it that much. But getting yourself in the Guinness World Records, you know, it's something. That's something, right? It's something. Right, let me know what your thoughts are on this. Let me know. If anybody's trying to be competitive in leaderboards, I'm sure we would all like to know how it's going. This has been an interesting video.